Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is for you. Welcome to hour one.
Technically, this is hour 0.
I guess technically, yeah. Wait,
what a fucking Capricorn coming right out the ball swinging.
I know. Welcome to the Booktube support squad. This came about because I think
we were bitching hanging out.
We were doing a hangout and we started talking about like channel growth and like also productivity, and we're like, why don't we just put the two things together and do some sprints?
Yeah.
So that's what then created this. And then we said, well, why don't we sprint for 12 hours in one day?
Like sane, rational people.
Like sane, rational people, right?
Yeah. We thought this was a good idea once upon a time, and now I'm like, oh, we're gonna have to get up and move around.
Oh, I'm gonna get so much done today. It's gonna be a great. I woke up at 6:50 anyways. I'm ready.
I left a book.
Good morning. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be reading all 12 hours.
No, me neither.
Nope. We have plans.
We do, but it's going to be a very productive day.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, for those of you that might be, new to the channel or new to the Booktube support squad, why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Well, I'm Cal. My channel is Retrieving Books. I right now I'm doing a lot of reading vlogs. I tend to read like a lot of fantasy and queer romances. That's kind of my area. And I'm, interested in growing my channel, getting more done, and like just being more involved. So that's my reason for doing this with you guys, as well as I like hanging out with you. So
yeah.
Good morning,
Hello,
Michelle.
Hi, I'm Margaret. I'm from The Word Nerd. I've been doing the YouTubes for almost 5 years in a couple of months here. My 5-year anniversary is in October. I would love.
Why do you sound like you're from Minnesota?
I know, right?
I'm doing the YouTubes for 5 years.
All right, sorry. I'll try and get back to my normal accent.
Thank you.
He was just trying to cut the distance to you, Cal.
Yeah. I want to sound vaguely Canadian, but not quite.
Listen, if you're gonna go all the way there, just go all the way.
Anyways, I read a lot of fantasy. I've started incorporating a lot more science fiction into my reading. And by a lot more, I mean I went from like reading a couple a year to being like, I should read more of this. And now I'm trying to finish 2 in one day. Because I'm a normal person who does normal goals. And I also occasionally will talk about like writing and stuff.
I mean, it is getting closer to NaNoWriMo, so
it is, and maybe my brain will be ready to write by the time, because I haven't really done any writing for like 2 years. So we'll see how we're feeling when it comes to November.
Good morning, Rai. Hello, Aoife. So anyway, everyone's linked down below. Cal and Margaret are both very, very close to 1,000 subscribers. So help them out. Also, you should go check them out anyways, because hour 5 through 8, hour 5 through 8. Anyways, at noon my time, we're going over to Cal's channel.
Yeah, so after we're doing 4 hours on each of our channels today.
There you go.
I'm the late night shift.
Yeah, I'm the afternoon.
I haven't had tea yet.
Because nobody trusts me in the evening to stay awake and host anything.
You don't
have literally fallen asleep.
I said nobody. That includes me.
You have fallen asleep on streams before.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then the evening is going to be the responsible person, Margaret.
Let's not get too far.
I think the ability to stay up at all hours responsible. or just a talent.
You know,
I mean-
theoretically, we should have swapped it and let like Margaret have the morning one because it's not as late for me in the evening.
True.
We didn't think this one through.
I really want to agree with you, Cal, but I do have to point out that I do tend to go to bed at like 10 p.m. every night. So,
Me too.
right?
but I wouldn't call myself responsible.
You are the response of the three of us, relatively speaking. Hello,
You guys
Haley.
both keep multiple beings that are not you alive.
Yeah.
I just deal with me.
Margaret's at the I just got a plant stage.
Which is a serious downgrade to when I had a dog. But
you know, it is the millennial thing to do. What did you get? What plant did you get?
so I've been looking into because I love jasmine, and we have some that grows outside, but I don't know how well it would grow inside because I don't have a lot of direct, like the only direct sunlight is that window back there, and the one over here. And if I leave that open, the sun comes straight in from the west, and you will die if you try to walk in my room. So it never is open during the afternoon. So I was trying to find a version of jasmine that would like grow in the like do well in low light and indirect light. And there was like an indoor plant kit that I got. It's got jasmine, lavender, snake plant, eucalyptus, and sage, I think, in it. So
Oh, not snake plants. Never mind. I was gonna say spider plants make cats high, but that's
I don't have cats though, so I don't have to.
it's a plant fact I know. I tend to my eyes glaze over.
Yeah.
In the plant conversations, I'm like,
I
they don't make enough noise for me to care.
Yeah, I do probably need to look at some of these and see if any of them are poisonous to dogs and make sure that I put them out of reach of the puppy when the puppy comes. But
I have one potted plant on my desk at work that somehow has been kept alive for almost 2 years, even though it never sees sunlight because I work in a hallway. And like people will walk by my desk and they'll be like, "How are you keeping this thing alive?" And I'm like, "Don't know." The thing is like indestructible.
Yeah.
Nice. I water it once a week. That's literally all I do.
We will see because I'm gonna try and grow these plants because they come as seeds, and we'll see if I manage to keep them alive.
Nice. That's exciting, and I'm excited to see that on your vlogs.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You can get very excited when you start seeing little plants.
Yes. It also means I need to make sure that my shelves are clean.
Fair. You know, same, Haley, same.
I had a coworker that had some succulents that weren't getting enough sun at her desk because like the window is all the way at the top of the wall and it's only about this big. So what she would do is she would go outside because it was an east facing window and just put them on the sill of the window on the outside.
Nice.
So that it would actually get some sunlight and then come and bring them inside later. It was really funny.
I don't know. So, what are we going to be doing this morning?
I am in the middle of 2 books. I'm almost done The Last Argument of Kings by Joe Abercrombie.
Hey, I recognize that book.
Yeah, you ordered it for me. I'm liking it much more than the second one, thank God.
Good.
And then I just started Hell Followed With Us by Andrew Joseph White. This one. So yeah, that's
nice.
And I'm editing a video.
Nice. Mm-hmm. I am going to be doing some things around my room and stuff, and I do need to take a shower because I just went jogging before this, so I should probably do something about that. But I'm going to be going back and forth between my audiobook, which is Tiamat's Wrath by James S.A. Corey, and then this book that I've had on 3 TBRs and have not read yet, and that's going to change today, which is Pride and Prejudice by Mandy Hubbard.
You could probably read that entire thing today.
I have a feeling I might be able to. If I were to sit down and read this the entire 4 hours, I would be done. That's not what's going to happen, but
well, yeah, but I mean, like we have 3 of those 4-hour things.
Yeah. But then I have 3 books because I have one that I probably will go back and forth when I'm doing physical reading, just depending on how well Pride and Prejudice goes, because I'm really interested in this book.
Right.
But I'm not going to put this on another TBR. It has to go.
I feel like if you don't finish it, you should just unhaul it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just put it in a little free library and
That's
call
the
it a day.
challenge of the
Oh,
day.
I'm pretty sure that if I when I do finish, regardless of when I do finish, I have a feeling I will probably put it in a little free library.
There.
But like, it's a Pride and Prejudice retelling. I wanted to read it, and it also was somebody that I was planning on querying as an agent back when my book was going to be YA. So.
Oh, gotcha. Interesting. I am going to be reading Kingdom of Copper by S.I. Chakraborty, or at least this morning. I think during the first sprint, I'm going to go make myself some coffee.
Yeah.
And read. I have been reading so much romance. Which you will see when my video eventually uploads. Currently, it is at 2 hours or something of uploading.
Video, I think it is, or no, a different one.
Yeah,
it is. It's the one. Yeah.
Okay.
So I read a lot of romance for that book or for that video. And you can tell by the end of the video that I am just like, I'm done. I'm done with it. So I would really like some epic high fantasy and magic.
you deserve it.
Maybe some murder. Like, I'm good. Like,
I feel like you will get all 3 of those in Kingdom of Copper just based off of City of Brass.
I probably will. This is 600 pages, and like theoretically, I could finish it today if I just like read the entire time. I do have to film at some point today because I didn't do that yesterday because I was reading the last romance book. I read pretty much the whole thing yesterday of the last book. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. We should start sprinting.
I guess we should.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. I need tea.
That's a good thing.
I'm gonna go make my 3rd cup of tea for the morning.
All right. How do we feel about a 40-minute timer?
I think that's
fine about a 40-minute timer.
Awesome.
Actually, I probably
all right. Well, then we will see you all in 40 minutes.
Your
Hello.
train is now boarding.
You would think, with one full book left to go in this series, the authors would pull a few punches. No, everything is coming together. I just anyways, I'm fine.
Maybe you only think that everything is coming together.
No, I am sure. So they have never, this entire series, they've always managed to find new and interesting ways to have the original problem affect the current problem. And so I know there's stuff that I'm not privy to yet. But
Right.
the conversation that's going to happen at the beginning of the next chapter that I happen to just after the recent character death, just really rubbing it in.
So how did we do?
That's a good question. I just did my math and I forgot to look at what the number was.
I read a chapter of this, and edited my video down from 42 minutes to 38 minutes. So
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. I read 30 pages and got the dishes unloaded.
Very nice.
While also trying to figure out what my parents have done with our fourth cutting board.
I made some coffee, got the dog settled, and then I read 16 pages. 16 pages. Oh, also nice. Swapped a load of laundry.
Nice. I've got one that I just put in.
Nice. Laundry. I feel like Sunday is a good laundry day.
Danielle.
Hello, Danielle. Planning on doing some cleaning in the next sprint. Fantastic. Nice. I had to very quickly clean my house yesterday because we had our AC tech come out. We're getting a new air conditioner.
I hate when you you weren't expecting someone to come over and you're like, shit, gotta clean.
I mean, it was nice because here's the ADHD in me is it's I don't want to do things until I have a timeline or a deadline.
Yeah.
And so my house needed to be clean.
Yeah.
It kind of worked.
Yeah.
What did you eat for lunch?
That will be my second. When we do the second sprint, I'm going down to cook my breakfast. So I'll cry some more on the inside, and then
breakfast at 11 a.m.
Right.
I think at this point it's brunch.
Welcome. Yeah. 3 chapters via audiobook in Red Sister and 10 patterns cut out. Fantastic. Danielle's gonna make carrots for breakfast.
Ooh.
I don't like carrots.
I say the same to you, Danielle. Breakfast at 11 a.m.
You know.
I am so bad about breakfast on weekends.
Oh no, I hate it when this happens. Read the last sentence of most of the sprint. Angry at myself.
This is why I unfocus my eyes when I'm doing that.
I really have to, yeah.
I find where the chapter, the numbers are, and I look at that, and everything else is a blur. So
very nice. Filmed the video. Now I'm gonna make lunch. What are you making? Bacon chicken wrap. Oh, that sounds so good.
It does sound good.
I know this isn't much of a defense, Cal, because it is not good self-care. But the reason that I take so long to make breakfast on weekends is because I get up and I start working right away, and then I'm like, oh, I haven't eaten.
No,
and
that's
then I'm
fair.
like, but I want breakfast. I don't want anything hard.
I can't even blame the dog. I was gonna say, well, my dogs woke me up early. I just opened my eyes at 6:50, and I was like, oh, good morning.
I hate it.
So I woke Briar up. I was like, all right, Briar, let's go get breakfast. And she's like, fuck yeah, I didn't even have to beg.
I was just really scared that I was gonna sleep through my alarm and then not be here to start sprint.
So we both have your phone number. We could have
called. Well, it wouldn't have mattered because it wouldn't my phone is on silent when I'm on. Yeah.
I know this because I'll text her early in the morning.
I turn my notifications off until my alarm goes off, essentially. But anyway, I woke up 20 minutes before my alarm to Schmidt just staring at me.
Good morning, mother.
He must have sensed your anxiety and
it's breakfast time.
very hungry. You haven't fed me in 80 years. Or maybe 12 hours, but 80 years.
See,
Not even.
This is going to be the hard thing about having a puppy in a studio apartment or in a small apartment, because in my house, there was a floor between us and where the dog slept for the first year of her life. So she could whine all she wanted. It got her nothing and she knew it.
It's not.
I didn't have to ignore her.
If you crate them, Briar won't whine in the morning. Like if she's in a
won't
crate,
he won't either. But I've been starting to let him sleep on the bed.
And then they like to jump on.
We've had trauma this week. Yeah.
It's like they sit on your chest and they go, "Good morning, good morning,
yeah.
Good morning. I would like to eat. Good morning."
and then that wakes up the Saint Bernard, who is not graceful.
Yes. That's so funny. Yeah, the plan is first 6 months, possibly year. She sleeps like she's allowed on the bed, she's allowed on the furniture, but she sleeps in the crate until her bladder is fully developed and she can hold it through the night.
Yeah,
he's been able to
hold up in the morning thing is less to do with age and more to do with brattiness, and that's inherent to their personality. So
yeah,
Susie tried it. She doesn't do it. Having her sleep in my room, because for some reason we decided to put her in a giant box up in my room for the first night, and she whined for so long that I was like, we're not doing this again.
Roll the crate.
It was a cardboard box.
Roll it.
No, if I rolled it, the dog would have been out.
Yep.
And then I would have had to put the dog back in.
Yep.
Honestly, the crate covers are
so good.
The lifesaver.
There will be a cover for this doggo.
People think it's so mean, but dogs need to feel like they're in a den.
They love it.
Cozy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Loved it.
I finished filming.
Nice.
Like, I'm pretty sure she was filming her magical readathon TBR because we were getting like messages in Discord that were like, I need a prompt for this.
That's funny. I'm realizing now that it probably was a mistake to get rid of her crate, because every time it got thunderstormy, she would go and look for the smallest, darkest place she could hide.
Yeah, I think that there should always be an option somewhere, but like
when we were house sitting or dog sitting that golden doodle, that was chaos. As all golden doodles are. Schmidt would just run into his crate because like he couldn't handle it.
Briar does that. Briar will, like, if any of the dogs are annoying her, she'll just go into the nearest crate, even if it's not her. She'll be like, "Fuck off!" Like,
yeah. Well, no. Then he tried to go into Rockwell's crate. I was like, "No, you have to go in your own crate."
No, mother.
This is Rockwell's crate to get away from you.
That's so funny. Like, even when we were just playing, if she started getting overwhelmed, she'd go underneath one of our tables. Like, very clearly, they want somewhere close.
Yeah, they do. Oh, kittens.
Ew.
Oh. Oh.
I'm gonna be real.
No.
That would be met with more than shaming from me. That would be met with physical violence. I
think I remember having a cat that when I was growing up that would for some reason like throw up in my bed, and I would just I would hear it as I was half asleep, like grab him by the nape of their neck and just like throw off the bed.
Get off the bed
in my sleep.
I say that though, but I am like unable to harness the same disciplinarian with the cat than with the dogs. Like with the dogs do something, I'm like, "Hey, fucker, what are you doing?" Coco yesterday jumped onto my leg, full claws out into my leg to climb up to snuggle me, and I was like, "This is nice. This is great." I'm like, I don't know. She's so tiny, I can't punish her. I was like, "You're a good cat, Coco. That's awesome." Like, I can't.
So, I'm that way with some of the dogs, like both Doyle and Schmidt. I have to be very careful about disciplining them because they're so sensitive.
Yeah, but that's fair though, right? Like that's fair. You don't need to use the same level of discipline on a soft dog as you do a hard dog.
Like I yelled at Schmidt the other day, and he's like, "Oh."
I see the way Emma punishes Coco. Coco's not a soft cat. She just knows that I won't do anything to her. Okay.
The nice thing about dogs is they never puke on the bed intentionally. The 2 times that I have woken up to Susie puking, it was one time on this side of the bed, onto the floor. And then the worst one was one time, this used to be up against that wall. She decided that a good idea would be to puke on the other side of the bed. There is a stain on the baseboard because I cleaned up the chunky stuff, and I was like, I am not crawling under the bed to clean that slime off of the baseboard. So it just lives there now.
A shame bell. That's good. What do people stick on my bed one time?
It was I will say that both Schmidt and Doyle are like laying right at my feet.
Aw, I'm so sorry.
Schmidt is like
Next
really
year.
trying to be like little Doyle. It's really cute.
Next year, I will have enough money for like 4 dogs next year.
Yay!
I had a dream last night that I bought 3 duck toller puppies, and then at some point in the dream, littermate syndrome occurred to me, and I was like, "This is a really bad idea. You shouldn't have 2 or more puppies at the same time." And then I went in my dream. I went, "I'm a professional enough trainer. I can prevent littermate syndrome." No, I fucking couldn't. No, I know how to prevent it, but I don't think I'm that good
You
at it.
prevent it by not having it in the first place.
That is the easiest way to do it, yes. But you can prevent it if you like keep them.
I will be honest. If a trainer ever tells me that littermate syndrome is not as big of a deal as people make it out to be, I immediate red flag.
Leaving.
Immediate red flag.
Yeah, gone. See ya. Sorry, bye. But like,
I'm like,
I wouldn't want to have to deal with more than one puppy at the same time.
that's not even it. Is that they pack bond and in a way that they shouldn't, right? Like in a way that
Derek got so lucky with Sherlock and Watson.
Mm-hmm.
So lucky.
it's probably because Watson has 1 brain cell, maybe.
Sherlock has the other one.
Watson thinks he's a stoner human on the couch. Like Watson doesn't, like it's not.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I imagine if you had multiple shots at the same time, you'd be in trouble.
Well, even when they go in, like get into kerfuffles, it's like 5 minutes, they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll fight, and then we bring them back together, and they're like, "Oh, hi."
They do not have an elephant's memory. Aren't poodles
Goldfish.
supposed to be smart?
Goldfish memory.
Poodle crosses, right? How does this happen?
Poodle in them for that to be they.
don't know. I don't know.
They got all the noof.
I think Watson was probably like dropped on his head as a puppy.
I love him so much. Oh my
They're
god.
wiggly,
the
so that doesn't
funniest-
happen.
It's funny because they sorry, that I was just trying to get it to reset. It's funny because like what was I trying to say? I completely forgot. I don't remember what I was saying. Something about Watson being stupid.
There was something about them being stupid.
I don't know.
It's gone.
He's so dumb that it feels like you're hanging out with a buddy intoxicated when you're with him. It's like, hey, dude, we're just gonna chill on the couch and hang out. And have a good time.
I remember what I was gonna say. It's funny because you were like, oh, when I meet these dogs, I'm like, I'll love Shotzi, I'll love Doyle. Watson's like, meh.
I was fully prepared to just be like friendly and polite and like not enjoy them, because like, no. Yo, Watson, I would put Watson in a van and travel across the country with him. Like, Watson's amazing.
Watson is the type of dog. Like, I really, if I had the time and energy, I would give him dreadlocks. Like, he would have the full like stoner vibe.
Yeah, no, I would court him for sure.
Yeah,
for sure, court him.
I'm like, it's too much work.
He's a character.
He is.
He's not amazing for the same reason that I think dogs like Cassie are amazing. It's a different kind of amazing.
Right,
like,
right.
His personality is his selling point.
But he's also exactly what he would have been bred for, I imagine. Just like a fantastic pet. Like, just a big cuddle bug that's chill and doesn't need a lot of more than snuggles and love.
Until you put him on a leash, and then he's like, "What? Brain cell? We're gone."
I'm gonna put that one on Derek, not on the breeder.
100%.
Yeah. Like that's a Derek issue.
And that's not my fault because I was not around.
No, you were not there.
is so funny.
But his thought was like, oh, well, I'm gone at work for a long time, so I'm just going to get 2 dogs so they have friends. And I was like, okay.
And the fact that he did nothing to prevent littermate syndrome.
Nothing to prevent it.
Like, because I know
than-
you can't
Other
do
than
that.
being like
You
a
have to be
single
super
guy
careful.
with dogs. And so like
Yeah.
they just love him.
If you keep them super separate and like feed them separately, train them separately, stuff
Never
like
did,
that.
though. He never did.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
They lived in a crate together when they were puppies.
Oh my god.
He had like a big crate and they just were in there together.
Okay, and let me, because it's been a while since I've looked into this. Remind me what's the danger with littermate syndrome? Is it just that they won't bond with their person, or that they will clash?
It's that they form like a too much of a pack bond where first of all they would get extreme separation anxiety, like extreme, which obviously
which is
they
the
don't
number
have
one
to show
concern
up
I would
major.
have with a puppy, anyways.
They can form aggression towards each other or aggression towards other dogs. So like the fact that neither of them tried to kill Sasha when she came in the house is like again very lucky.
Well, I mean, Sasha has head bitch energy.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing that it was the boys that had it, and Sasha. You wouldn't want 2 Sashas, for example.
God no.
That would have been absolutely like, and just the thing is that most pet owners don't know how to deal with like a pack structure normally, let alone with 2 dogs that have been from like womb to maturity together. So
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Well, shall we sprint again? Are you
We
going
shall, because I'll start crying that I don't have a dog if we keep talking about dogs too longer.
to- I think I'm gonna go take some Instagram pictures
I'm working on it.
this sprint.
I'm gonna keep doing what I was doing.
You do that,
It
Cal.
was working for me.
I am gonna have to like change what I'm doing every sprint. Otherwise, it's gonna be.
I wish I could
It's
borrow
gonna be
like
a long
half
day.
of Cal's brain. Like I wish you could bottle whatever it is that makes you tick and makes you go and give it to me, because that level of focus I can't imagine.
Right?
Okay, so you say this, but me switching between reading for my vlog and editing the vlog has been the only thing I've been doing for 3 weeks.
I mean, so Cal, that's more productive than me just being like, I'm just going to read the player's handbook for Dungeons and Dragons for the last 3 weeks.
It is. I did read 19 books in July. Like I did,
Jesus
like
Christ.
it's
Ooh.
I love that is amazing.
yeah, it's why. Oh, Emma tuning in with a different
So true.
yeah.
I think the thing is that autism and ADHD have such like they do have a lot of similarities, but this one thing when it comes to focus,
It's like a Venn diagram where whatever I have going on there is way in one corner. like it's not towards the center.
and the fact that I can't do anything for longer than 20 minutes at a time, other corner.
No, and I tried to sit down and film a different kind of video than my reading vlogs, and my brain was like, wrong, go to sleep. No, you can't. And I was like, okay, nope, we're just gonna keep doing the reading
That's
vlogs.
so
Like,
Oh no, which is really hard for like the algorithm because like I'm the type of person that I can't do 2 of the same types of video in the same like back to back.
Oh, see, I just worry what people will think if I do that, but I don't care.
No, like I won't do. I have to have 2 videos between like 2 sit down videos between vlogs.
Yeah,
which I'd like to have. I'd like to have that diversity too,
but it doesn't.
but it's that or nothing at this point. So.
No, I'm even thinking because I'm planning on doing an anti-haul, which is like the books that I'm like not interested in that are upcoming.
Love it.
And then I was like, well, then my next video is a book haul, and they have the same word in the title, so I can't do that.
that is so funny. So just put them on either side of a vlog.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, I can't focus, and then I spend 5 hours creating a character for the game that I'm going to be in here in a couple of weeks.
Can I briefly interject to say that I brought out 3 marrow bones for each golden on top of the Bennett
And
bones?
Cassie has all of them?
Bella has all of them. Bella is sitting on a pile of her conquests. Little baby Bella.
I feel like there needs to be some redistribution there.
Oh, so you know that hole in our yard that is over by the garage where it's like this dip? That is Schmidt's corner. And every single toy is in that corner right now.
Oh, he's taken over from Shotzi's toy pile.
Yes.
Amazing.
Shotzi tries to bring them back, but he's so smart.
He's like, this big giant has nothing on my creative wiles.
And
It's gonna be really funny when he's big enough that Shotzi's like, oh, I can like
Bully you.
bully you and not hurt you.
no, right now he is her baby, and so
I don't know if he'll ever get that big.
all right. Well, let's read, and I'll see you all in 40 minutes.
I'll be back. Gonna go cry over sci-fi. Hello.
Hello. How did we do?
Good. More reading, more editing, just making my way.
Awesome.
What about you?
I took 4 pictures for Instagram this week
Nice.
and then edited and put one up.
I
And
only got 16 pages that time.
nice. And then I got some water because I
Nice.
knew that if I don't like actively drink, I will forget to do that today.
For reminding me that it's not enough.
I did both of her videos for this week. I haven't even filmed both of my videos for this
Nice.
week. So.
I have like I'm editing Mondays right now, like my wrap up, and then hopefully I'm done this vlog by Thursday. But we'll see.
Yeah. Otherwise,
gonna-
it's going to be a day in the life of your dog vlog. Rye is getting close to being done with editing. It's always like the part that takes the longest.
It is.
For me, it's filming.
See, for me, filming is like it takes longer in the because you have to like get ready and
Yeah.
I have to make sure that like I'm in the house is relatively quiet and stuff like that.
Exactly.
But editing, it just feels more daunting.
Oh, I love it because I can just like make a pattern of it, whereas I have to sit down and film the whole thing. It's like, oh, thank you. Thank you.
Sarah's going to give a rooster a spa treatment.
Oh, nice.
Mm.
Okay.
Cal, if I move to Canada, we can switch duties. I will help you film. And then editing videos will be yours.
Brittany got 32 pages. Haley got 20 pages. My computer's being slow. Julie got finished lunch and started editing, hoping to start reading in the next sprint.
Nice.
Very nice. I think this next sprint I'm going to try to read the entire sprint because in 2 sprints I have done 24 pages.
I'm going to try and actually read the physical book that I have for these next 2, like for the rest of this, just to see how far I can get in this one.
I feel like that's going to be a pretty quick read.
Big the text is. It's
and when you're going you're reading a sci-fi right now, so to go to a contemporary romance is gonna it's gonna read.
It's very serious right now. They're pulling a lot of emotional strings and setting up a lot of stuff. I do like this series because I feel like it is one of the most accessible sci-fi series that I've read. Because the most intricate thing that you're looking at is the politics versus the science. The science is good, but it's the politics that's really intricate.
I need to continue that series. I just don't want to buy them full price, and my library doesn't have them.
See if Hoopla has the audiobooks, because the audiobooks are very good.
Hoopla does not.
Well, that's rude of it.
I had to buy Leviathan Wakes on Hoopla.
You mean on Audible?
You know that one.
Well, that is rude. But they aren't they? I don't like this. They're discontinuing Overdrive. I don't like Libby. Libby is so much
Oh, I only use Libby, so that did not bother me.
No, because I started out using Overdrive, and I just feel like it's a much more finding what I want to find is so much easier. And there's stuff in Libby that you can't you can access in Overdrive and you can't access in Libby at all.
I just like that on Libby you can read faster than 2 times speed.
No, see, I never read faster than 2 times speed. So usually,
after
books at 3.
After 10 romance books, I'm at 2.7.
Brianna, I have a solution for your problem.
What?
I will send you my Audible login if you would like, because I have all of them so far.
Ooh, okay.
This is a series that even if they break my heart in the last one, I am prepared for all of my faves to die and then never be able to be together again because they are all very old at this point in this series. And I'm like, I feel like they've lived a good life. If they go out taking down a dictator, it will be okay. So it's not going to be one that I'm going to be like, no, I'm never reading it again.
I gave my sister my Kindle login because she is going to Scotland for a month. And I was like, yeah, just get yourself a Kindle rather than like trying to get books, right? Because you're backpacking house. And I was like, you just can't judge me for the amount of smut that is on my Kindle.
I don't feel like Sarah would. I feel like if one of you is going to have more smut than the other, it will be Sarah at some point.
That's fair.
So cool.
I don't know. She tends to read like historical and literary fiction and like
that is going purely on the theater vibes that I got from her. That's not even on her general personality. Just my knowledge of the theater community.
That's fair. I was like, there is an inordinate amount of KU smut on there.
I was crew for a production that they were like, you know what this black box production needs? Men on the second floor in G-strings.
We definitely were driving Sarah somewhere at some point, and I was chilling with Briar in the back, and Sarah and Margaret started talking about theater, and I was like, this is what it's like when I talk about history to other people. So I was like, petting my dog. Like,
here's the thing, though. Like, I will talk history with you anytime, Cal.
I know you will. Yeah, but you have to think of other people who don't know anything.
Yeah, right. It was funny because I was actually supposed to crew that top floor, and little baby, very conservative me went up to the director of our costume department and was like, so here's the thing. I will do this because this is what I signed up for. It is going to make me very uncomfortable. Would it be possible for me to be assigned somewhere else? And she was like, yeah, no problem. I was expecting like maybe a fight. And at the time I chalked it to her just being respectful of my religion. But like, as I got older, I was like, she probably was like, if there is trauma or something there, I don't want her to have to disclose it.
Right. Yeah.
So
Danielle,
she is one of the professors that like I would go back and like chat with.
Right. Cleaning is always good. I feel like cleaning on the weekends is always nice because then when you go into your like work week, you don't have to worry about it.
Give me a minute to figure out what my
I am the type of person that like I can't do like little tasks of cleaning throughout the week. You know how like there's like the neurotypical like, you know, every day you should be doing these things and every weekend you should be doing. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't do it. I wait until I absolutely cannot do it anymore and then do everything.
I have certain areas that I will clean on a regular basis. Like I'll just be like, okay, I'm gonna like I used to be really good about setting a 15-minute timer and working 15 minutes. I didn't get rid of most of the mess, but like I do something like the laundry or I get like that shelf that's like my dresser. And I can manage that, but tackling I'll just send you tackling my bookshelves right now, not happening.
Which is really because my bookshelf in my room with me. Like this corner here is probably the cleanest part of the rest of the room. Like disaster. Yeah. As of yesterday, couldn't even like walk in the room without stepping over things. And I was like, okay, well, we have gone too far. I need to clean this now. Like so my laundry basket of clean clothes that needs to be folded is now like overflowing and falling out. So I'm like, all right, I guess I have to fold clothes now.
That is so funny. I'm trying to find which email that I use for Audible, and I can't find it on my thing.
Oh, no big deal.
I know there is a
place. It's not going to happen this month, so.
Well, no, I just am trying to, because I can't remember what email it is, and I want to know.
I have. Well, if you go in, you don't have.
It's probably
you don't have an iPhone. I was like, you could just go into your passwords and do that.
There we go. There's the settings button. It's probably the same email that I use for my what's it called? Amazon.
It would have to be, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because they're linked. So okay, I know what email it is. I might have to figure out the password. But yeah, if you want to read them. And also, Caliban's War, you get two of the best characters in the whole series because you get both Avasarala and Bobby, and they are just badasses. I love them so much.
Where is my book?
I believe that they're good for you.
So
Did you read past the first book, or did you just stop?
I didn't even finish the first book. I was
no,
done
because
by 100 pages in. I was like, fuck this.
I totally understand that because Miller is Miller in the books, and he's a lot harder to get through in the books than he is in the TV show.
But see, everyone is saying that, but like I didn't hate Miller.
I didn't either, but he is also very, very male.
Ugh.
Kind of
I
gross.
felt like they were all very male.
He didn't bug
I mean,
me.
yes,
He
but
was
Jim
prickly.
is male in like a very sweet, soft kind of dumbass that wandered into a situation that he shouldn't be in, almost himbo-y way,
right?
versus Miller, who definitely would over-sexualize a woman.
Fair. You know what I realized is that I haven't been doing timers for the breaks. And I
That's
feel like
funny.
that's
So like the TV show is definitely an improvement on his character in that case because you don't have to be in his head. And Thomas Jane is a fantastic actor, and really like humanizes the character.
The funny thing is that I actually started watching the show and couldn't get into it.
That's funny.
Like I think
It does take a minute to figure out what the heck is going on. If I was not in it for Jim and Naomi, knowing that they were like that was going to be a thing, and in it for their romance, I definitely would not have made it through.
Yep, it was boring, wasn't it?
I will say that the audiobook is very well produced.
The audiobook is
so if you don't if you have access to the audiobook, I think it was done really well.
The thing about The Expanse is they are laying down so many layers in that first book. I am like yeah, it can take a minute to get into it.
There was a lot going on. Yeah.
Which is why if you're having trouble with book one, I suggest starting with the show, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's like you're bored, less these people are too hetero.
Both?
Yeah.
I think that I'm coming to the realization that adult sci-fi is probably not the genre for me.
Yeah.
I like YA sci-fi and like even new adult, like kind of that bridge.
I like low concept sci-fi too. Like just, like putting like a sci-fi spin on something.
Yeah. I like adult sci-fi, but I have realized that I have to be careful about what I pick because for like, not that I was bored, but a lot of like what my mother would recommend and what my mother read, like,
right.
I'm just like there's one that I'm like, this is
well, and I guess it kind of depends on the sci-fi. I like sci-fi. I think I like sci-fi that doesn't take place in space.
Yeah.
Like, Becky.
And I'm surprised you want to read book two of The Expanse. I said I'm surprised you want to read book 2 of The Expanse then.
Well, I mean, I'm going to read them because it's a series that I started, and so I'm gonna finish it, or at least like
that is 9 books.
Give it another shot. But like,
you might like Axiom's End by Lindsay Ellis.
Yeah,
I just read it this month and it was really fucking good.
Okay,
I would say if you don't like it by the end of Caliban's War, because the way that they structured the series is you've got a duology, final trilogy.
Right.
So Leviathan Wakes and Caliban's War both go together and they're part of the same plot. If you don't like it by the end of Caliban's War, you've got a pretty good idea of what the series is, and you're also at a good stopping point.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Okay.
So technically you will have finished the series, even though there are 7 other books.
Right.
And no shame if you do not love them. It's just Avasarala is just such a badass that like walks into the room and takes charge, and I love it.
And that's the thing, like I always hear really good things about that series, and so then I like have FOMO.
No shade, no shade if it's not for you. Like I know that's one that's not necessarily like
there are very few books where like I will only give them one book. Bella?
I was like, this is too much science fiction. We're bringing a dog in. But I will say the show is much queerer than the books are for quite a bit.
Right.
So I think we get into like, once you get into like 3 or 4, that's when we start having some queer characters. Yeah, for sure. 3
I'll
is one of
definitely I definitely want to watch the show. I tried watching it when I was in this like really weird headspace as far as like, which I still kind of am in this weird headspace where I don't want to watch new shows.
Well, it's done. It's finished. It's over.
No. Like I can't. Like the only
Oh.
thing I've been watching has been rewatches.
Rewatch
Ted
it.
Lasso over and over and over again.
Right now it's Scandal.
The only
Like
thing I've been watching are MLM YouTube videos, and that's kind of your fault, Brianna. So
100% my fault. I can give you all of the people.
I've been
you know what?
watching-
I have like 500 videos on my watch later playlist. So if you want to send me more, and I'll let you know if I've gone through their entire.
I
works
think
yet.
Hannah Alonso is one of my
Yep.
favorites.
Have all her stuff
Yeah,
on my
obviously
watch list.
Jessica.
Yep.
You
Deanna-
know how many videos I have on my watch later? It needs to be cleaned out so badly.
Do you watch Deanna Mims?
Yep.
Yeah, she's a good one too.
Yeah.
Those are like the 3 that I think I like are I'm the most up to date with.
Gotcha.
I have almost 3,000 videos on my watch later because I am too lazy to clean it out. 3,000. If you want the actual number, it's 2,789.
You should clean that out.
I know. Because what I do is like I'll go through my subscriptions feed every day and go, okay, this is one I want to watch. This is one, and I'll send all of that over to the watch later. And if I don't get through it that day, I leave it on there.
That's actually a good idea. It just you let them get out of hand.
I have, in fact. And then if there's something specific that I know I want to watch, like I have an entire just like scroll that you can go through. It's all Dungeons and Dragons videos. And when I'm looking into that, I'll go and I'll like that specific subject. I'll go through all those videos.
Right.
And possibly not watch all of them. Ooh, I've already watched that one. We can get rid of it.
So I add everything and then I shuffle my watch later, so that I'm not like.
Oh, that's a
So it's not like if I add it and it's the bottom one, I never get to it kind of thing.
right.
See, I'm afraid to do that because a lot of the time, like I'll add that and then I'm afraid like I'll get like a part 2 of someone's vlog. when I
Oh
have a
yeah,
lot.
in those case I skip them if I get to them, and or like make a note to like actually watch them in order. But
Right.
yeah.
Or usually it'll be in the tags of like, hey, this is part 1 of the video.
Exactly.
And
So I'll
you just go
pause
back
it.
and- yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Shall we sprint?
Yes.
Maybe Margaret can clean out her watch later list on this.
Yeah, that should be your task for this sprint. I don't care about Prada and Prejudice.
Oh no, she's gonna physically read. She's not
I'm
audio.
going to physically read a book.
All right.
Fair enough. All right. Well, then I will see you in 40 minutes. Hello.
Hello.
The bots joined us. I thought I might have gotten rid of them, but I didn't.
Oh. Well, maybe they'll, having subscribed to your channel, see some good book content.
You know, shame bell.
Give me just a second. I read 40 pages this time.
Very nice.
This is very like late 2000s or late aughts YA. Like, I'm not mad about it because I'm like, okay, yeah, this is definitely a vibe we're going for. But it's really funny because we just start out with this girl being like mad about the popular girls, which honestly fair because one of them has been treating her horribly. But I'm like, this feels like a plot point.
Right. I ended up having to go help with some yard work so that Derek could get the lawn mowed. So I had to go take all the dog toys out. And then I got to page 47. So like 20 pages. Let's see. Sarah is back. Made some lunch, started laundry. You're welcome for the reminder. My dryer went off with like a minute and a half left of the sprint. And I was like, that's going to have to wait.
Next sprint.
That's the next sprint problem.
I need to switch my laundry over probably at some point.
You know. Let's see. Rye got video ready and started reading. Yay!
Nice.
And then Brittany got 23 pages, switching to audiobook on the next sprint to get some housework done. Fantastic. I might do that. Might switch to the audiobook of Kingdom of Copper too.
I probably need to switch to my audiobook at some point soon because I have to clean up my filming space. But I already made my bed, so half of that work is done.
There you go. What are you filming today?
I need to film my TBR.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
So I'm gonna do that probably during Cal sprints.
Okay. 20 pages of Burning God. I love that series.
I'm so excited. I need to start the Poppy War.
Yeah, you do. That's it. Be in a good headspace. The audiobook is really good for it.
Yeah. No, I already know some of the triggers and what it's based on. So I'm not terribly worried about it because I know that's stuff that like doesn't get to me personally.
That's fair.
So I'm expecting some like, oh, that's awful. But I'm not expecting anything to like.
That's kind of where I was at, yeah. But it's just like it's very grimdark. Haley didn't read anything, just bought books online. That's a whole mood. Honestly.
Well, that's where these went
to. 5 pages. Just got on. Welcome.
Nice. Oh, hey,
Rick. Started Tristan Strong Keeps Punching instead of continuing with one of my 2 current reads. Fair.
That's a decent way to be.
It's the last day of the month. Who cares? See, my problem is that like because I finished up my book yesterday, I was like, well, what do I read on these 12 hours of sprints? Do I just start August early? But then I was like, we'll see what happens. I don't think I won't be able to read all of this today. I don't think.
Yeah.
But if I get a good chunk of it in today and then like maybe listen to the audiobook while I'm working tomorrow, then I should be able to get it done pretty quickly.
Yay.
Michelle started Laundry and Dishes. Just started Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. I'm going to read this one next month if I can find it, but I can't find it anywhere. And I don't really want to pay like $25 for it because it's a hardcover.
Yeah.
So how long has it been out?
How long has it been out?
During that sprint.
Derek wants everyone to know that he mowed the lawn during the sprint.
Good for Derek.
Margaret says good for Derek.
Has he started Black Sun?
Have you started Black Sun?
I got like a little bit done.
He's read like 2 pages.
It takes a minute to get started, but I was so excited that was the one he picked. I love that book.
I really wanted him to read City of Brass.
See, I still don't know how I feel about that book.
I loved it. I loved the writing in it.
Yeah, her writing is fantastic. I see certain things she's doing with the plot, and I'm not sure how I feel about them, and if I'm going to be mad about them, and if that's what I want to happen.
Oh, I'm like fully going in expecting like it's not like
like
you're wanting the two people to be to be together.
That, and then we also get into like there's a big like the revolutionary is the one that's being cast as the bad guy, and we're the status quo as the good guy yet again.
Fair.
And I'm just like, like there's so much trauma on both sides of some of these characters, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not sure how I feel about the noble leader stereotype here working with the stuff. So
that's fair.
It's early enough though that I'm not like I would be okay either way that the ship goes.
Right.
Which I do like one dynamic's better than the other though.
I do have it on hold at my library. The problem is it's going to be like 8 weeks.
You can wait 8 weeks.
Well, yeah, but it's a buddy read for August.
Have you seen if you can get it as an audiobook? An ebook?
Possibly. I mean, if like worst comes to worst, then I will just like do an Audible credit.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's $14.95 instead of $24.99.
Yeah. It's such a short, but like it's almost a novella, and I'm like, I don't want to pay for that.
So I will say, Michelle, if you are not going into books with the same priorities that I tend to go into them, it is a very well-written, very gripping book. Like it is going to keep you going from start to finish.
Oh, no, I think she's talking about Another Moonbound.
TK. Okay, I was going to say. I'm just glad I had Sarah to be like, is this going to go the way that I think it's going? And she's like, yeah.
Fair. I just really love the writing style. So that's what I'm going in for. I don't know.
Yeah, her writing is amazing.
Right? Like I'm already I'm 50 pages in and it's already like it just like throws you in. It's like, here,
she does so well at that.
Yeah.
So
but it's like you can already tell that there's like already a plan. Like, you know what I mean? Like you already kind of know the direction it's gonna go.
Yeah. Oh, that's very clear from the beginning.
The last high fantasy book I read was City of Dusk, which also throws you into the middle of something, but then you're like, what are you doing with your life?
Oh, see, I do think that there's a plan there. I just don't think it was executed as well as City of Brass.
Right. I definitely think that there is a plan. I think that she almost like left too many threads to do different things.
Yeah. Yeah, so it depends on the length of the series and how she wants to get everything.
That's
like
true. She hasn't really said what it's going to
like be. So everything that I saw in that first book, I can see it coming together in like maybe a trilogy. Depending on how things are connected, because if there were connections I saw that I was like, this could be. So if these are all like these could all connect in some way,
right?
Versus, because it's very much like setting up certain people as the antagonist, and if that is what the eventual thing is, then that is going to make a lot of the threads just go shoot.
And you probably won't know anything until like 100 pages from the end of the third book. It's going to be one of those books.
So, but yeah, I do think that it could have used her pacing was way off. I think if her pacing had not been off in the way it was, I think people would have had an easier time reading it, because she definitely went over stuff more often than we didn't need to see events from multiple different points of views and have only one of them be interesting.
Hi, Al. How was your sprint?
I was sprinting. Just got such an interesting phone call.
Anyways.
As you were.
we were. So I realized 3 hours into this live show that we didn't talk about the Discord that we made.
That's fine.
So we have a Discord for the Booktube support squad. One of the things that we really wanted to focus on was like not only just doing sprints, which like we're going to be doing sprints a ton because we need them. My August TBR is 14 books. It's like 5,000 pages almost.
Yeah.
So we're going to be sprinting a lot, but we also wanted to hold on. We have more bots again.
Jiminy Christmas.
Best adult dating site.
Woohoo! So frustrating. Anyways. Errors. Okay, thank you. So we wanted to do sprints. We want to make sure that we're doing sprints. So that's why we have a Discord where we'll be announcing when we're doing sprints because our schedules are busy. But also the other like thing is that we find, at least the three of us, find that we do like our best work when we're bouncing ideas off of each other. And so we will like, send thumbnails to each other and be like, what would you change about this? Like, would you click on this if you didn't know who it was? So we wanted to create a space for other people to do that as well. Cause I figure that, we're probably not the only ones that, would like this support. So let me see if I can actually just link it in the comments. Maybe. Did it work? I don't know. It is in the description of the video.
Fantastic.
So that's cool. Let's see if it actually worked. It did. Let me see if I can pin it. Pin the message. Okay. So there's a Discord there to do fun things.
Mm-hmm.
And then also like, linking your videos, stuff like that. That's all I had about the Discord. Did you guys want to add anything?
Is there anything to add about the Discord? I don't think so.
Okay.
We'll build it as we go.
Or like the whole point of like starting this squad.
I mean, I think it's just because there's not a lot, like one of my reasons that I thought this was a good idea is there's not a lot of Booktube like support on the internet. There's true. What is there is like 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah,
that's true. Like the videos that say like that are like the how to start a Booktube channel, the ones that pop up are 5 years old plus. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, well, some of the information is pretty universal. What you did 5 years ago is not what would work today.
Yeah.
And then also like there's a lot of YouTube, like YouTube creator support stuff, like podcast and YouTube videos and stuff like that. But again, what works for the general YouTube does not work for our niche.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Why is my computer being so slow today?
Who knows?
Thank you, Brittany. The thing with YouTube or Booktube specifically that like I love about this niche is that everyone is really supportive.
Yeah.
It's probably one of, I mean, there's obviously like still toxicity, but like it's probably one of the least toxic YouTube communities out there.
Yeah, we've definitely not gotten as bad as the beauty community was a little bit ago.
Oh, the beauty community is real bad.
I was just watching something on the James Charles stuff and how everything went down. And they're like, he's been problematic. It was just like laying down the entire history of like the video. And I was like, dear Lord.
The beauty community is like one of the most toxic ones.
But, like I love Booktube. I love the book community. I definitely think that there are bad actors that make it 100%. Very difficult.
But there is in any group of people.
But I think that there is an expectation on us to be, or at least there is an idea that like we're going to be a little bit more open-minded because we do read books. And so it does make it extra hard when someone is not. And when someone is not trying to like as a white reader, it is very easy to get into a bubble because algorithms are going to give you what you watch. And so if there's a lot of stuff that if you're white, cis, straight, if you're not going out of your way to some extent at the beginning to make sure that you are like not just sticking to one little bubble, you're less likely to encounter it. But then the converse of that is once you start going out that way, like start looking at stuff, like it becomes so much easier.
Right.
Like people will complain, like, I don't get a lot of Black booktubers recommended to you. And I'm just like, then you aren't watching them. I
Check
get them
your
recommended
homepage.
all the time.
Yeah. You're like, clearly you don't watch any of my videos.
Yeah.
Well, hello, welcome. We will be here for another hour, and then we're gonna hop over to Cal's channel for 4 hours, and then we're gonna hop over to Margaret's channel for 4 hours. It's gonna be a long day.
Yeah.
Sorry. Uncle Cal's.
Scary. Upgrade by Blake Crouch. I have that on my cart that I just got from Book of the Month. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah.
As a Filipino reader who has grown up very whitewashed, I made it a point to read more Asian rep this year, and it's been amazing. Fantastic.
It is. And it gets so much easier because once you find a book you like and you start following that author, suddenly you get like a dozen more.
Oh,
just
yeah.
like it.
Oh, I went on a rant about Goodreads last night that will be in my video that probably won't end up going up until tomorrow because I canceled the upload because it was
It's taking so
slowing
long.
this down. Well, no, it was slowing the stream down. So I might try again when I'm on someone else's stream, but when I'm in charge, no, I don't want to do that.
That's smart. I probably, if I want to do any video editing, I should do it on Cal's stream and not mine.
But the
Cal's like, what about me? No one talk to me right now.
that list had 11 straight passing romances of the 12. One of those 11 had a bisexual character. And 10 white couples.
Yeah.
So I went on a rant about Goodreads and how they did not curate a list very well.
Mm-hmm. And this is why I get more book recommendations from Twitter than from Goodreads and from Booktube.
That was the whole point of this video, though, was to show that it wasn't what everyone thinks it is.
And there is not a moment that I have regretted diversifying my reading. There's not a single moment because, like, unfortunately, because of the way the publishing industry works, you get a lot higher quality writing.
You really do.
Because people end up having to polish and make a, like, outstanding book to be able to compete with a lot of the white writers that are submitting their works to agents and publishers. And it's dumb.
It really is.
That's why
but then on a creator side of that, it's also important to diversify like your homepage and what your subscription feed looks like, because you're probably going to get better recommendations.
Yes, that too.
Sorry, did I cut you off, Cal? I'm sorry. Okay. Should we do another sprint?
Yes, we should.
We'll probably just do one more sprint on this channel, but then, like I said, this video will redirect to Cal's channel. Because we're at 3 hours and 10 minutes. So if we do a 40-minute sprint, then we can chat for a bit and then move on over. So let me reset the timer. And I'll see you all in 40 minutes. Welcome back.
Hi.
Hi. Listen, there was just this like fantastic quote in this book,
Oh.
and I want to tell a government official this.
Which
After-
book is it again?
Hopper.
Yeah.
After thoughts and prayers get sent out, I just want to say, if you're going to offer useless words of remorse, you should at least be reminded of the extent of what you're responsible for.
Nice.
How'd you do?
I don't remember.
I think I got like 40 pages on that sprint, but I like just read this sprint.
That's good.
I took a 15-minute nap because my eyes were hurting.
Love that for
And
you.
I have a headache. Or had a headache. Turns out what I needed to we've tried water, tea, food, taking a nap, still had slight headache. I'm not eating candy corn and it's better.
Of all things.
Apparently I needed sugar.
The food on earth that is literally the worst for you.
I love it though.
It is good.
It's so good.
And
And it's one of the ones I can eat.
Yes, this is Kingdom of
It's the only corn I can eat.
That's because I'm pretty sure it's not actually food.
No, it's just honey and sugar.
It's the healthiest for me.
Right? Did the dishes during that sprint at 19% of upgrade. How are you liking it? Because I think I've added that to my August TBR. Also, Cal, tell Emma that she's a moderator on my channel now.
Oh, Emma. Oh, she's not in this house. I don't know what I'm doing.
She's not in this house.
That's fine. I thought maybe she was still watching. Halfway through Red Sister, started cutting out more pattern pieces. Amazing. Clean the floor. Listen to one chapter of The Haunting of Maddie Claire. How are you liking that? Sorry, you can hear my washing machine in the background. Candy makes everything better.
It does.
Welcome back.
That's what you can do.
What?
Get me candy.
Yes, this is so good already. Like I'm not even 100 pages in, and I'm like I'm loving
the
it.
world building in that series is top notch.
And like honestly, that's all I need in a book.
Yeah.
The characters don't have to actually do anything as long as the world building is just complete.
So I do need to actually like the characters, which the three mains I do like.
Yeah.
So, which is why I'm ambivalent
Well,
currently.
that's
about,
what I mean. Like I need to like the characters, but I don't need them to do anything. Like they can just go off being chaos gremlins, and it's fine.
Emma says that making her a moderator has given her a lot of power, and she feels honored.
You kill those bots, Emma.
You kill those bots, Emma.
Read 20 pages, nonfiction, lots of notes. I can't not read the notes. Of course not.
No, that's because you're a sane person.
114 more pages of Tristan Strong. That's fantastic
Nice.
in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
What are you on?
I haven't even read 100
How?
pages
What
in all of
you,
the
Gina?
sprints.
How do you do this?
Right? 2 chapters, played with my kittens. Very good. Liking upgrade more than Recursion and Dark Matter. Honest. Oh, that's awesome.
Interesting.
I gave both of those books 5 stars. So I know that this one's really different because it doesn't actually play with time. It's playing with like human genetics. 30 minutes left. It might be a 2-star for me. Oh no.
Oh no.
Well, August will be better.
We can hope.
Hopefully, right? Need a few characters that I like and a fun sandbox, right? Like that's perfect. Middle grade. Yeah,
Okay, that makes
Kristen
sense.
Strong is middle grade.
That's right. I forget that. Tristan Strong is really easy to read too.
Listen,
Like,
that was like April. That was a long time ago. Played Fall Guys. Got no reading done. A mood.
that's valid.
A mood. Worth it. Yeah. That's true. high fantasy will do that to you. I'm like really loving being back in this world, and I think a lot of that is just because it's been like I've had so much contemporary romance that I've just like wanted to dive into magic.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, we are going to end this sprint is pretty soon.
What are you doing?
Oh no, that's hilarious. The beagle is also upset that it's going to be a 2-star.
Oh,
Anyways, we're gonna end this sprint, but we're just gonna hop over to Cal's channel. This way, like we all kind of get to be in charge for a few hours. It's when you're in charge of sprints and when you're just on sprints, two very different things.
it's
Oh,
true.
see, I just thought we were spreading out the watch hours.
Also that.
But if I was running it, I wouldn't have been able to pause to get absolutely life-shattering news from my mother. Now would I?
But like when you're in charge of running the comments, like you have to like read all the comments, you know what I mean? And then it's anyways. So we're gonna go over to Cal. Theoretically, when we end this video, it will automatically redirect you. I've never used that function before, but I think that's what's going to happen. If not, the channels are down below. So
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us this morning, and we'll see you in a minute for part 2.
Wordy nerdy things.